Okay, the days of the week, the wheel of light has been lit, all except that one in the center there, because that's for the dark moon. And we're coming into a full moon, so I let that one sit. The table, as I say, is ready. And let's just see what these cards look like. We're going to be looking at the Gypsy Oracle cards. Okay, so here we go. This one, I believe, is a Lo Scarabeo deck. And it is, yes, Lo Scarabeo right there. I got this on Amazon about a week and a half ago or so, and it was on sale for $13. So with tax, 15 bucks delivered to the door. I could not say no, so let's get into it. Noisy wrapper gone. I like the front. I find the back really nice. And I think that this was from 19th century reproduction sort of thing. Let's just see. All right, so they're going to annoy me with more wrapping. So this looks a little bit easier to get into. And I did like the fact that it had the black borders. So the book feels really, really tiny as far as information goes. Let's just see. Yeah, you're getting 7 pages. But remember, I'll just reach that for a second. Stepping on plastic as I go. I have also this book. So what I can't understand or get enough information from in this little tiny book, I'm going to be referring to this one. And my intention is to do it in the old Oracle way, which is counterclockwise. Hard to say, I can speak. And it's going to be 4 cards on the bottom representing the future. Yeah, that's right. And 4 cards on the top for the present. And then bringing the cards together. Probably won't do a reading today because I don't have a question from a viewer. But there is a suggested spread there. And it just indicates that, I'll let you look at this, that's a little bit nicer to see, that folklore depicts the gypsy as a woman without home or master, the ruler of a mysterious and magical world that she interprets primarily using the cards. During her nomadic wanderings from country to country and city to city, the gypsy was wooed by people who met with her who wanted her to tell them their future. So that is a taste of what the writing is inside so far. And if I can get comfortable here, awkward with the table, with the camera, but there is our first one. So this one is entitled Conversation. And as I say, with the Sibylla decks or the Gypsy Oracle decks, just looking at the pictures, it looks like this lady's telling a story for us and she's the center of the attention. So there's a conversation or a topic that's being explored. Now let's see what the backs are like. That's kind of nice. That's going to look nice on the seance table. Really like that. And the cardstock, pretty darn good. So that's that. Then we get into, as you can see, the house. We've got waiting. And I had waiting in my other Sibylla deck. It's almost like she's the 2 of Wands as well, and that she's looking over and there's a longing for something that she's maybe passionate about. She just has to find a way to connect to it. Our cheeky little love Cupid with his arrows, taking a rest from spreading all his love. Little doves of peace up there. Love doves. Okay. Then we have joyfulness, very much like the Three of Cups. Okay. This one says money because you can see it all on the table there. The cupboards are full, curtains drawn back. They're trying to shed some light on the riches that are there. Okay. Here, this is the scholar card. Maybe like the hermit. All right, then we have hope. Yeah, she looks like she's got herself in a tricky situation, stranded in the middle of nowhere. And it's similar to a card I got the other day in my tea leaf fortune cards. And it was a whale, and this reminds me of the whale. And it was like the message being too much worry over nothing. Always have hope. There is our faithful friend. And having raised Newfoundland dogs, that's very much the Landseer. And they love to save people. So you could bring all kinds of things into the meaning of that. Constancy. Amore. Let me just see. That does say lover. Okay. So someone who might be sweet talking, swooning, craving your attention. The sweetheart. It looks like she's received a letter there of his declaration, I guess, or her declaration. This is the gentleman, the Lord. And even the horse is bowing his head. The dress is very much like the movie The Three Musketeers. Here we have the room. Reminds me of the game Clue. Nobody's in the room though. So there's a certain anticipation there. Or it's off limits because nobody's in the room. Okay, the letter. Something official came. The gift. I got to see that a little closer. Falseness. Oh. Okay. Melancholy. Thought. Child. Servant. Pleasure seekers. Thief. There's my sneaky Pete, the Seven of Swords from Tarot. Messenger. Wife. Merchant. This is much like the Three of Wands, standing on shore, looking out at the boats. Wedding. Get it in focus. There we go. Ooh, beautiful. Now that one says haughtiness, Someone is very proud and strutting their stuff. January. January? Journey. Okay, hard reading through this. Journey. I thought, oh, we're going to get some months to work with for timelines. That would have been nice. Friend. Bouquet. Fortune. That's the one we saw on the front of the box. Surprise. If you go fishing, you never know what you're going to get. The gentleman. Interesting with that angel up above. Reunion. Get that one in focus. Maybe it wouldn't struggle so much if I took that away. Okay. Cheerfulness. That's different for the deck. Frivolity. That one stands out as quite different. Service. Young woman. Little fountain in the background there. Things seem quite organized. And then there's the doctor visit. Doctors' offices don't look like that anymore, do they? Okay. Sorrow. Yeah, let's get that one in focus. You can just feel the weight of it. Old woman. I think we should call her the crone. Ooh, look at that. The widower. Malady. Sometimes you see this card called sickness. Same thing, but different. Okay. Death. I didn't know there was a death card in here. Sights. Sighs. Ooh. So she too is reading a letter, and there's the rose at the bottom. And I guess she's missing someone. Misfortune. Not crazy of all the languages, but that's the way it happens. Oh, and there goes that card. We'll catch that one later. Okay, despair. Ooh, that's challenging. With a gun to his head, something is pressing. Prison. Soldier. There's so much war in the world right now. I could see that card coming up often. Enemy. Sort of like a spy. Look at that one. Ooh, I gotta get a closer look at that for a second. Foe. I was wondering if it said fox because, oh my, something's going on behind the scenes. And the priest finishes it off, sort of like in Lenormand, the cross. So I'm going to pause for a second, gather up that card that I lost, and let's lay them out on the table. So we're going to give it a quick little shuffle. It's going to be really easy deck to shuffle. Super. I think it would fan out nicely. And as I say, that back is going to look nice on all kinds of cloths. So let's just take a wee peek. If we were to do one of the traditional Sybil spreads, how would it look? So they say you do 4 anti-clockwise for the future. And then you would be talking about the present. And I'll have to adjust that camera for you. Bear with. Ooh, this table just bump. Okay, I think that this would actually be a fun spread because you could talk about what's going on presently with her. Maybe, there's been a visit to a doctor and the news hasn't gone well. It may not be about her, it may be about someone else, or someone else is feeling the sorrow after their friend has received news from the doctor. And then over here, there might be an older person that could lend some help. But boy, this is pretty gruesome this way, eh? Because you've got this card here, which is the widower. Wow, that would be a heavy little reading to read for someone. But then we would bring these cards on top. I'm not sure how I would lay those out just yet. Maybe just like this. Something looks awfully dire with this. You've got the sorrow, and this guy says, I just can't live anymore. That's it for me. And then, so the sorrow leads to total loss, definitely. The doctor, you've got this one here. And when you look at her, she's feeling sighs as well. Ooh, my goodness me. So then you've got these two together. So that could be interesting because you've got the widower, but oh my gosh, there's a young woman in the picture. Too funny. So you'd have to definitely find your words with this deck and choose them wisely, because if you just take the words that are given there and the pictures, it can be quite dramatic for some people. So this is going to be a deck that is not going to hold back. Keep my finger out of the picture there. So I think wonderful. I just think that using a Sybil type deck, a Gypsy type deck on a table like this in a parlor area would be fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. It's a very inexpensive deck if you wish to find it on Amazon. And it looks to me like there's no holds barred with this deck. It speaks.